No, it's fine. Well, I guess do the official welcome to the RSL podcast, episode 1. We did an
Whoa.
episode 0, but this is the first real one.
Oh, thanks for letting me christen it.
No, I mean,
Let me do all the follow-ups.
Oh, trust me, you had our fair share of follow-ups on the first episode.
No, I like how y'all doing it though. Like, listen, I'd be around this time for quite a bit, and now we'll come with tripods and big camera and then big mics, and don't that iPhone and a little tripod on the mic, like crazy.
Yeah.
there's no need to overcomplicate it at this point.
Lights gotta come and no.
Yeah.
We've taken advantage of the technology we have available to us. One, because we ain't making no money, and two,
Yeah.
You see what y'all don't even know what y'all doing, you know?
Really?
No, seriously. You see, even the interview y'all did in Trinidad with different drifters and that culture.
Yeah.
If y'all think of it, there's no one ever did that.
True.
I mean, you got Scott like Style and those guys, but yeah. I mean, this could probably get edit. Y'all style is more smoother. It's more realistic, but still real. Their stuff is more, I guess, point of view and is da 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 da. It's like I can't sit and watch 25 minutes of that.
Yeah.
But you see, and then like you see how y'all drop the little clips.
Yeah.
Y'all, that's better than trying to drop a whole video.
Yeah.
We learned that from Rally Barbados.
No, that's proper, and then it leaves you like wait, there's a new one. What does it say now? You don't get tired of it. Well, that's pretty cool.
Thanks.
And then my man just thought like Mr. Cool, you know. The man tone don't change at all. The man tone don't change at all. Sorry, man. Sorry, that was a
No, that's
part.
funny. No, we're keeping that in for
That
sure. The craziest thing, right, is before, let's say 8 years ago, like, not 8 years ago, 6 years ago, 2020, right after COVID, I went back to college. I was in the US.
Right.
I was like depressed and missing Barbados, and I felt so disconnected. I had like no connections to motorsport culture at that point in time. I'm on YouTube, and a documentary about you comes up.
Really?
And I had seen your car and stuff before, but I didn't really like know much about your story.
Yeah.
I just like loud BMW rally cars, so I obviously was a fan. But like I heard about through that video, it talked about your story getting into rally, like not really having a family that was into it that sort of way, sort of having to pave your own path. And I was like, damn, that's the exact same thing that I want to do. So it's so cool to see another Bajan that actually made the dream happen.
Yeah.
So to be able to go from watching you in my dorm room TV to actually having a conversation with you in person, it's a real cool moment.
And then we're back in one full circle.
Yeah, man.
Energy, bro.
Yeah, so I appreciate you being here and doing this with us.
Thank you, man.
So like, what was it like having to sort of forge your own path into it? Because you didn't really have a dad that was a rally driver to pull you into it like that.
I mean, lucky enough, I had my dad who was, you know, at that stage that he was in a financial way that he could have helped me.
Yeah, he supported you.
Yeah, he supported me. I mean, even though it was a late start, like real late, 16 years old.
Right.
But I was very thankful for that. But it was hard, man. I had a grand up and I told him about what he wanted to do. I must be about 11 years old or something, man. And I begged for $300, but I had to go to church every Sunday for like a month. So on my way home from church, I said, Grandad, look, this is the car I want to buy. And I would see it. It was a Starlet, I think it was the 82 Starlet.
Okay.
And not angel, nothing, just a show. But to me, it was like, a car. I want to basically get a car.
Yeah.
I think that was what really started it.
How long ago was that?
I was 11 years old. I'm 37 now.
You're 37 now.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Don't answer you doing maths. I mean,
Nah.
I can't do it. Yeah, but again, the garage that you all drove past up there, that's where all my passion started. That was my first workshop. Wow. I did everything up there. My mom's garage, or my grandparents' garage.
How did you actually start working on them? Like, instead of just wanting to drive a car,
So again, I mean, yeah. So again, as I said, that passion of picking that car started at 11 and buying and selling. That doesn't matter. I used to frequently go around a lot too.
You used to buy and sell?
Well, I mean, it's all cars, right? It's all startups. So there's a small little communities. If you want to like bought them, you got something else, and you trade and you sell them. You know, that's how we did it.
Yeah.
So at 11 years old, that's what I'm doing, coming home from school and doing all the jobs and whatnot, washing cars and stuff, and just to build money because I'm gonna get an engine and buy this, sell this back. I think that's where my passion. I don't want to say passion for business, but at that stage, I knew that what I put my mind to get. Right. That's man. And then, I mean, where we are here is 4 acres of property, so I don't have any go-kart or any back then, but my granddad had it out to end it. It's used to be landscaping, and again, I use the excuse that you're going to watch the truck, use it down there, and they're going for all 2 hours, and you know where I am. So there's fun cart roads. I would literally go right around fun cart roads that will link back to get Bush Park track.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to go up there just drive around. Crazy.
But yeah, I mean, we really never expected to be in this position now where we have a page where we can like interview people and showcase motorsport on a showcase Caribbean motorsport on an international stage.
Let me show you Loki. All right. Loki, what? That was your track day? That was Sunday?
Yeah.
In my head, I was like, after I watched out, I was like, all right, that might give me a track there. All right, Jess, we can track there. Loki, yeah, I get that one.
No.
So when you came and told me anything, I said, yeah, sure, because I manifested that. I said,
No
that might give me that, it can happen.
Nah, it's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we almost didn't. Well, we were always going to the track day, but that car, the Super.
Unfortunately, at this point, Niccolo forgot that we were interviewing and not the interviewees and proceeded to yap for about 10 minutes before I told him to shut up. So we're just going to cut back to Campbell talking.
I think y'all got to do reverse because he never gets taught his passion. You all show it all the time.
Who?
Yeah.
Him? It's by choice. I try to get him in front of the camera. I don't even like being on camera. He just shoved me out there. He's like, yeah, you be the one that talks to people. I was like, all right.
I talk a lot for specific things.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to cut that section as nerd talk.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with Campbell's story.
Give him the floor, man. Give him the floor.
Yeah. All right, let's transition back to what we were talking about before.
I got lost.
Before we took a break.
Yeah. We're talking about this.
So wait, you said you used to take the truck around the back.
Yeah.
You used to drive it on Bushy Park.
So I learned in kart roads with that. I learned how to diff flop, how to Scandinavian flip. And that's only L2 hinges, not with a handbrake here, you know. That's the ones you got to pull and turn.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
That's effort there.
Old school as you get.
I didn't even know they had those.
Yeah. That's as old school as you get.
We got to really get the timing down there.
Yeah, correct. You got to be in sync because if that turner, you don't release that lot. You know what I mean? Spin out. So, and then after the kart roads, I build confidence, and then I started just driving around Bush Park track.
So did you always know that you would one day actually want to compete in Rally Barbados?
Definitely. Oh, most definitely. Friend, I was young. I used to come home, complain, and tell my mom, "Why are there any subjects with cars?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, why do I have to go and play cricket or football? And
Why is there no cars for after school activities?
I always had a passion, and I would tell my mom and my dad, you know, one day going to rally, and that was the first thing that my dad says expensive, which is I learned that now, but that never deterred me. That was always my goal set.
So you had started with circuit racing first?
So initially I always had more of a passion for rallying and circuit.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I've told this a million, but my passion started with starlets, to road drive starlets.
Okay.
Like any other young driver that started running, that was the go-to car to get a starlet, road drive starlet.
Yeah. And
when my dad was raised, I was serious. I was like, nah, I ain't put my son in this. It's just small.
Yeah, I remember you said he wanted you to be in something safer.
Safe, correct.
Yeah.
So there was a choice between, at that time, I think it was a Corolla FX, which was front-wheel drive platform, or he showed me that, or the E30, which was rear drive platform. I was like, nah, let me go to BM. And he had BMWs for years. Oh, he always had E30s and stuff, or European cars. So we went that route, and I mean, it was, the first 3 years was, my first year with that, my brother and I shared a car. I mean, he's 4 years older than I am, but he's not as into it. He was into it more because of me, right? And we came last every race we did, but I didn't care. It was racing. I had a race car. You know
That's inspiration right there.
Yeah, and I had a lot of frustrating nights after that when I started riding. So it was right, going back to what I said, my passion was riding. At 16, obviously, you get license. I went to apply to do my first speed event. What happened is, if you don't, because I want to come up in the ranks with go-kart and stuff, my name wasn't known in running with motorsport fraternity, so you have to go and get references. So you had to go to people like Uncle Norman, Anthony Young, Cheesy Cattle, Okay. And that's people that I would have knew through my dad in a sense. I don't know anyone in racing really, truly. So after I get those letters and stuff, we went to play, and then I think we got like a response saying that you're not allowed to do this event because you don't have the experience. Bro, that killed me. And
Which event was that?
That was just a normal speed event on the road.
Oh.
But in their head, and they can't blame it. I mean, as a community, they have to sit and say, well, hey, we just can't put each and everybody on the road because spectators basically be at risk. We don't know if this guy can manage himself. You never see this guy in a racing platform. And back then you don't have track days and what you have now.
Okay.
Right? So those little things help. But yeah, and that deterred me. But I was able to go and race at Bush Park. So we did Bush Park for a year.
Okay.
And then obviously that went on my BMF logbook unlicensed. So I was able to start rallying next year. And I started rallying then.
So what year was your first year in rally, if you remember?
20 years ago. What year are we in? 26. So that'd be 2016.
20 years ago?
No, 2006.
2006, yeah.
2006. 20 years.
Damn. 20-year anniversary.
20 year this year. 20. That's why you're leaving it all weight.
Oh, so you're entering this year?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, for the first time, yeah. I haven't really said, but yeah.
Oh.
And I don't want to say, I mean, yes, I've had Republic Bike there with me for the longest while. They're my number one sponsor will always be, but I want to kind of ask for permission to leave it all weight this year. I'm more of a memory of my mom as well. I just have fun.
Okay.
I don't want the pressure of, because when sponsors, you gotta do good for the sponsor. You know what I mean? I ain't there to invest in you. I don't want that added pressure. I want more of a story from it. I mean, we always build stories, but I don't want any pressure at all. I want to enjoy it with the fans this year. That's the truth. Whatever happens. If in a rhythm that I could come first, I would very think. If in the thing, I would have fun.
Yeah.
I just.
Will you surprise yourself?
Yeah. I don't want to put any expectations on there or anything like that, but I just want to enjoy it all the way. And since that track there, I had comments, man. I was like, let's do car zero. But the reason I'm saying that is that they don't want me into. They want to see the car as it is. People, and I never really get to experience this car on the road. It's all white. And this was a white that I had spent months trying to create with the girl from Automotive Art.
Really?
Yeah, from the time I painted it, I had to wrap it.
Wow.
So that's why I took off the wrap last year to really enjoy the color. Because it's white with a blue in it. So like my cage is not 40, which is like the brightest white you would normally get.
Yeah.
And then if you look at this white, this looks yellow in a sense, you see?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It almost looks like how bulbs look.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, it is a very unique shade. Like,
Yeah, correct.
I never noticed the blue part, but it always stood out to me.
Yeah. As I said, like when I was building a car, like that was the details of. I started with the bare chassis first, and I got images of like started with the bare chassis first and come up because. Me personally, I did engineering. I spent 4 years in England doing mechanical engineering design. If I had listened to my mum and was convinced, I'd probably be in England all I know still. But I never left England. I was like, nah, I want to come back home.
Well, what made you want to come back home?
Bro, there's depressing. Every day is overcast. The weather is. I mean, as much as yes, there's so many opportunities for motorsport and stuff. Like coming from this environment, I miss this.
And when you're over there, you don't have your family.
Yeah.
You don't have your people. So it's like, what's the point?
Yeah, you go do your passion, you come back home in that little room, big house, whatever it is, by yourself or by whoever you got. It's not.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I was never that guy.
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel. I was studying mechanical engineering, but I didn't finish it. I dropped out.
You dropped out?
Yeah, I just came back to work with the family business.
Right.
Yeah.
I went right through, man. That's the only thing I probably did well in school, actually. That's the best I've done in school. I graduated first class honors and shot everybody and shot myself.
Huh.
In school, I just used to do bare minimum to get through. Polytechnic, bro, jeez. I would revise probably the date of the exam and just, whatever I answer is just from practical knowledge.
Yeah.
And it's just not because I didn't like, I mean, yes, I didn't like school. Who likes schools in that sense? But I was always more practical oriented.
Okay.
I was just me trying to create stuff.
Yeah, I feel the exact same.
Yeah.
So when you were in Rally Barbados, like, what was your best result? Do you know?
Fastest two-wheel drive.
Really?
Yeah. This car I went in for, that was in 2022. Fastest two-wheel drive. I think we had top 10 finish. That's it.
And that was a competitive year too.
Yeah, and again, back to rallying. rally is more about finishing. You know what I mean, reliability.
Yeah.
So yes, I started with cars like mirrors and them. Their cars superior faster than mine. Those cars, but I mean, if you miss a stage in rally, that's how it goes. You know what I mean? So I ain't was the fastest man on that weekend, and it's a type that doesn't come in that two-wheel drive world. It doesn't come like that. So no, like my name is on that chart. There's a handful of guys that won that title.
Would you say that's like the highlight of your rally career there?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
This time, like, that's any.
That's the pinnacle right there.
That's the pinnacle. So you get four-wheel drive or you get two-wheel drive. So
yeah.
To win four-wheel drive, you win overall. You know, if you're fastest four-wheel drive, you win Rally Barbados.
Yeah.
If you win two-wheel drive, like you win Rally Barbados at your league.
Yeah.
Right.
So like that was the pinnacle.
So you've won it. You've taken the box.
That year you came 8th overall, yeah?
It was a top 10 camera. That was probably
Yeah, I remember.
That was one of the best years. I remember, because what's happening is the goal is always to, prize giving is the next day. A lot of people don't really see that side of it, but there were only 2 cars that were part at prize giving. Every year you only get 2. You get fastest overall, which is normally a 4-wheel drive car, and fastest 2-wheel drive car. And when I was coming up rallying, obviously, you get 3rd place and stuff.
Yeah.
My aim was always to, my car got coming here one day. Yeah. And that day, I remember, so the Sunday, it's Monday morning, I wash the car and call a record truck for it. Yeah, I have a driving car down there. I
think I remember seeing those pictures. Yeah. That's where you go in like Boatyard, right?
Yeah, correct. And to me, like, that's another thing with me and Ronnie is like, all right, I think white cars so appealing to people is that I don't want to say it, but I'm anal how my car looks. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't think a rally or a race car should look like a rough. Like if I come into a rally, I wash my car. Like I go into a car show. Like, you know what I mean? My machine should feel clean and look clean. The overall to win Rally Barbados.
Yeah.
Which should probably mean you got a better R5, but to be honest, that'll be me chasing a rabbit hole, bro. In this sport, again, a lot of people don't get to see the details of it, but it's who control the most money. It's
so
not
fucking
about driving.
expensive.
It's not about driving performance.
So fucking expensive.
You know where driving performance was? The Suzuki Swift Cup or the Radicals. I would more say the Suzuki Swift Cup. That humbled a lot of drivers in Barbados.
Really?
A lot of drivers got humbled in that cup.
That's why they don't do it anymore.
Well, I don't know. But I remember I was given the opportunity, or for example, I was given the opportunity to drive for Rock Hard. I was like, I need to drive in this cup. And we had to drive off. So it was like top 10 drivers in Barbados. I can't remember my names, but it was a drive off. We went there and tried, whoever got the fastest time. I was half second faster. And to be half second faster in a car that's the same as everyone, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That year I came second in championship. I could have come first, but guys team up and do what I had. Anyway, I did pretty good. I was very happy with that.
Right.
That was a good experience.
And that goes back to where you said first thing you started, you were laps.
Yeah.
Half a second.
But see, again, what racing is, right, is who could build the best machine, who could buy the best machine. Driving boils down to at least, bro, I'm going to lie to you. If you got a machine that's there, it's less driving. I mean, and you're a driver, it's going to be so much easier.
Yeah, it's like trying to cut a piece of meat with a dull knife.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You might find
you could be the best butcher ever, but there's only so much you can do. Yeah.
So, and that's what that's why I said after I wanted to drive and stuff, I was like, you know what? After I won that, I did it. I said, you know what? My kids starting to grow up, got them in school. I don't want to spend all this money for what? Because people don't even know the times that we're doing. They're risking our lives, bro. Because a man did 2 seconds faster than us. And mainly navigating, mate, everything and sitting and see where we could find that time. I mean, they were risking me for a second and 2 seconds. Like, if you really think about it, we were risking for what? Nothing.
Just like bragging rights. Just
bragging rights. Be just so that
being able to say like, yeah, I beat you.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah, because it's not even like you're making money off it.
None.
You're
just
when I
pass you on the stage, you don't know where he was. You don't know if it was 3 seconds behind that guy or not. And I was like, Justin, nah.
It's true. The spectators they have no idea really. Nah. Everyone's there for vibes for the most part.
I was like, let me dub out and let me look at this sport at a different level. Drifting? Yeah, I think I'm going to.
Yeah, so you're trying a little thing at the track.
Yeah. I always had I won't say a passion, but I would like to try a car with an angle kit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh geez.
It's ridiculous. I went in one for the first time, passenger, not driver.
Right.
But just being able to feel like what the car could do going around the corner is insane.
I want to experience that. As I tell Sada, it's just Sada that after you get a car, I think you got to drive off for experience that. I'm going to build one.
Yeah.
It is, and I know, to me, it's not as, definitely not as risk-taking as rallying.
Nah.
You know what I mean? And what you like about drifting, what you like about that sport, drifting or drags, those are two sports right now on the island, or in Caribbean, that are picking up at a very fast rate.
Yeah. That's what I've been hearing from
you
everyone.
can see it.
Yeah.
And again, you could put this in or not, but it's because myself, you know what I say when I mean that. We can actually do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why this, and it's community. It's culture.
Yeah.
You understand? And yeah, drags and drift, and you know what I mean? It's culture. Because if you live in St. Michael and you live in Christchurch and you live in St. Philip, people can come up from St. Philip, people come from Christchurch. And it's on in Chrono is a rivalry. Yeah. You know what I mean? Man, they got Let's You this weekend.
Exactly.
We don't have that anymore.
Yeah. I would say out of the full car motorsports available, drag is the cheapest.
Yeah, most definitely. Because the average guy with his daily could come and go out there and drag him. No, he's racing, he's living his dream.
Yeah.
And they support that 100.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
so some people may not be their taste, you know. They say, "Oh, the car's been on the straight line for 10 seconds."
no. Even like, look, track days. That's why I came to that track day. Said that I told the guys that I'm doing just Rally Barbados. I mean, that Rally Bar this weekend I'm just going to do for now. If you do anything else after, that's fine. But I said that I do it every track day. And they asked me why. I said no, because that's kind of where I started, not as organized, but back in the days, the old Bush Park, we used to go out there on Sundays and I used to drive my neighbours through both. Same like yours, it wasn't turbocharged. And for me to get laps running track is 13 years old. And driving men like the same guys like Robert Burkett with the Honda, like those guys again, the older guys that you see there at track there, those are the guys that were racing their road cars back then, right? And yeah, for me to get a couple laps, I had to wash this car, that's fine. But that paved my way into motorsport, that paved my way into recognition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Say our first
Give me a sec. Tim Hooker's both of them got the passion for it. But yeah.
Right. Yeah, we got into really our first big experience with cars up the personal bin at the machine shop.
Right, yeah. Okay.
2019, just a random day in the world. I was shooting my in, and our friend who works there at the time asked us if we want to come to the shop.
He's another legend, boy.
Jeffrey?
Victor.
Yeah.
He did some work for me, and he's a very detailed guy. I love him bad, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Job is a special.
No, he's
You know, he flew out to Trinidad and helped me with all the filming for
Serious?
the Trinity stuff. It was him behind the camera for all that.
And not you, it was him.
Yeah, 'cause he couldn't make it, so Vikram came out. Yeah.
That when I said, they might ask me going, like, I was like, yeah, I asked him how much he get for it. He said $1,000. I was like, I spent $1,000 for that, so we're
Yeah, go on. Fair enough.
I like this. I want to get it more reliable. So
Yeah.
But yeah, he's another genius in his field.
Oh, insane, bro.
Yeah.
Insane. I got him built some caps, so obviously, no top of plate will be open. I said, bro, I got 2 plates on my car that I don't want to see them, so we're gonna put CRT in them. And he made it out of Teflon, and I still got it in there. Yeah, those little details. I was like, yeah, but that's him. Yeah.
Right now, flip, yeah.
Yeah.
But he came, asked us if you asked us if you want to come and see it. He said, "You're sure?" He came up, saw the tour of the place of the machine shop, and then I think it was Jeffrey or Vikram's dad said, "You see that car outside? Take off the exhaust manifold." Look at Liam. I know what exhaust manifold is in theory.
Right, but
But to actually looking inside the engine bay at that time and know what an exhaust manifold was.
clueless.
I didn't know what it was in theory. I was like, oh, what? The pipe at the back.
Right? And from that first internship, allowed us to see pit crew, see how engine assembled from start to finish,
Right.
transmission, drive shaft. It was our introduction into motorsports.
Very good.
That was 2019, and that then turned into him change from going from computer science as a degree to mechanical.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So everything started from y'all really get bugged from 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was the bug to actually rally and a race car. Because I mean, I always thought cars were cool. I mean, I always thought race cars were cool, but for me to actually want my own race car to really compete, that came after Jeffrey Elliott gave me a ride in the Cosworth,
The
the
Escort.
Escort. Yeah, he gave me a ride in that from Vaucluse down to their shop. We got there in like a minute flat. He was flat the entire way. That was my first time in a race car too. So to be in that car with him, it just blew my entire mind. I was like, yeah, I don't want anything else in life but this right now.
Very good, Jeffrey. No, he's not forgiving back like that too.
Yeah, man.
He's
Shout
very cool.
out to him for that.
Yeah,
honestly.
for sure.
Yeah, I don't think we would have been here without that moment.
Very good.
Yeah.
That same track day, we went to track day because Jeffrey, and saw him at Vaucluse, the track event at Vaucluse the previous weekend.
Right.
He said, even if the car not working, come. And he started getting me to learn more about driving on limit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he was thinking about the track. So I still went because of Jeffrey to try to get that mentorship going.
Right.
And so that.
Well, y'all guys had a better start than they did.
Yeah, well,
Y'all
that's something
y'all get
we should
mentored by one
ask.
of the best in the island.
Yeah, literally. I mean, who was your mentor coming up when you were first getting into it?
Kamabachas, Sami.
Really?
Sami Kamabach.
No way.
That was the closest person I could relate to.
Huh.
Fun circle, big circle. No, Tremaine, his son. Small main leading technician.
Yeah.
You know, when it was coming up, I wanted to be like Sami Kamabach in terms of BMW. And my E30, I had to spend $3,000 or $4,000 on a body kit. Was not effective. It was pure weight. I wanted my car to look like Sami car. So I had the box flares and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Man.
Well, that happens, you know what I mean? You kind of, because, and that's why that's another thing that when I started racing, I was more open to people, kids and stuff, when I go to school and everything, any car and stuff, because at that time you go to cars, you got to look from a distance, you got to pull over and peep, and you never really get close, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I changed up, and that's why I started a foundation called Ray Rally Running Youth. I should really start it back and pick back on it, but I always said I don't want people to go through what I go through. I want to make it easier for them.
Yeah, because I mean, Rally Barbados it's a Barbados thing, but
Yeah.
it's almost like it's more enjoyed by the international audience than some of the actual Bajans sometimes, you know?
Well, not for me. I enjoy it every minute.
No, I mean, not
But
for you, but I
know
mean,
what
like,
you mean.
on a grand scale,
But
like, it's
if
almost
you
like
think
some
about-
people find like it's not accessible, or they don't know where to go, they don't know how to get into it, you know?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
To be honest, I guess so. And that's I get a lot of random people calling me like Justin, like Campbell. Like they don't call me ever Justin. It's always Campbell. Campbell, like, how you do this? How should I do this? And they could. And feel good that I'm that person. I could guide people now.
Yeah.
And that's what you answer, like, what's next? What's next to me is now to give back. That's what's next. I'm not going to wait till I get 50 or 60. Who knows? I may not even get all up in that age, but
Yeah.
let me give back now. You got the time and the energy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What does that look like to you? You have any idea of like specifically what you want to do, or?
Not yet. I remember a couple of years ago, my mum had a conversation with me right here in this spot. She was like, "Why you build like a little go-kart, something or a lot off-road that you could train children and train things?" You know?
Yeah.
That's still stuck with me. I haven't really got where to do it yet or whatever, but
Yeah.
I try to help out where I can. But it's a little like, I currently sponsoring a guy called Atso. I don't think, Atso didn't finish school yet. Atso, I met Atso when he was about 14 or 15. And, huh? Yeah, correct. So I'm kind of mentoring him now,
Right.
preparing him, so giving him driver tips. And
Autocrosses last year.
you see an improvement then?
I haven't chat since. I haven't been to
Yeah.
since, but
No, but I mean, so I started working in probably last year, 2 years ago. Probably last year or so. He's not there. He's trying. He'd be soon there with Callum, and then Callum there are very good too as well. But like that to me, I feel good at that. He would send me in car footage or review it, say, "Hey, well, you know, try this or try that." And
Yeah.
that's what I enjoy now.
So how did you actually get better at driving? Like from being last to
Definitely not
beating
sim.
everyone.
I'm not knocking a sim. I was never the inside guy. I was never on a game,
Yeah.
you know. So I could say I didn't have that. It was all trial and error.
Was
I
it
don't
like,
listen. I don't watch rallying really on TV. You know how I watch Formula One? I watch the highlights.
yeah.
I can't say I'm not. I love cars. I love racing, but I'm not that passionate to sit and actually sit in a TV and watch it.
Yeah, same. I only watch the highlights.
Yeah, I watch the highlights, everything, but I'm more. I could look at something and say, "Yo, let me try it." But I guess it's a skill and a habit I had. I don't know. I honestly don't know how I got better.
So there was no like specific moment. It was just like gradual.
Gradual. Oh
improvements.
yeah. It's just always gradual. Like, I mean, it's you never stop learning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you never stop learning as you truth. When I was doing I did a stint at Bishop Park as a radical coach. The experience, radical experience and Swift experience. I learned a lot then too as well.
Yeah.
You know, even down to, and I tell people this and it freak out, but down to they have I don't know if they still do it, but it's like a drive-in defensing course that Mass used to do the insurance.
Yeah.
So we use a little scenario with a ball in the middle and use the cones on the tracks. It's like a little autocross. And the key is to go between these cones, but don't let the ball go to the ball. And as simple as that is, I learned steering input from that, and that's what you learn from that. How to be even more smoother. So which is lines. Yeah, you know what I mean? I've never done that to that day. So yes, and that made me sharper. It teaches you about looking ahead and stuff like that. And
So it's important to have that mindset of like you can still learn, not just be like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I've arrived, I got the two-wheel
Oh,
drive
no,
championship.
no.
Like there's nothing else for me to learn.
No,
Like,
I still learn a lot. Like I watch my youngest son, who's 3, and he's out there that little cost let's go kart behind him. I was doing something. He was like, "How the hell he got this do?" I never taught him. That trick couldn't get that done. Man, he understands steering input, opposite locking, and not trying to teach him about throttle control. Everything for him just flat, no brakes. You know, just turn it in again, turn. But my aim now is that I always tell him, I said, look, you can be harder than me. I tell the other one that too. You're all gonna be better than me. My other son that's 6 years old, 7, he's 7. My other guy that's 6 years, I taught him how to do donuts at 6. Yeah, at 6, I don't know how to do donuts. So it's like it kind of implementing to know that when they get that stage, if they love it, they love it. If they don't love it, at least you have the skill that when you go with your friends and you're driving, you can manage your road.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Not saying in terms of do crap on your road, but you have a driver's sense.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But this one here, I think he has a tendency as a proper talent. Where two track days we've done.
Yeah.
He beat me on both of them. But the one that's most notable is the one with the Subaru in March of 24.
Right.
Within two laps, he's done 1 minute 16 lap car.
And what were you at?
19. 20.
What's his demeanor, bro? He's so cool, man. He's so man don't pick up your bottle of water. Bro. You know what I mean? You never hear that bottle of water open. So that just shows that he's moving everything he's doing in the car too.
He is less fearful.
Yeah, that's
When I
all it
got
was.
to telemetry, because that one I did as much telemetry gathering I could do. I was able to actually, with my phone, I could stream live data to my laptop. So he's on the track, I can see where he is on the track on my laptop.
Surely that a guy.
Yeah.
He had me with headphones on talking to me from the pits and all that.
Serious?
Yeah.
That's your other track there, yeah.
Right? So because we have the technology with AirPods, you can choose which mic has which earphones you mic.
How long it pits up for? This only question. Like, how long do you rate us that could work?
What's that called?
Oh,
Yeah.
what's that called?
Yeah, so we just have one phone in the car and we'd be talking to
Oh,
the
y'all could
person.
say you could say here.
So put one AirPod in your ear, the other one by your mouth in the balaclava.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
He figured this out. I was like, wait, you want me to do what?
Oh, bad.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
because it's also you have a phone in the car, you can do the hotspots in the phone that has the telemetry, and
Y'all just worked out your team. You're the engineer, he's the driver.
yeah. And when I compared my data to his, the stop on distance is mighty different. Where
He's going deeper.
and harder.
Yeah.
So for the entire lap, he's doing about 3 seconds of straight braking. I'm doing 11.
Yeah. You're thinking about it too much.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if I have more traction, I'm sure I can catch up. But this man is.
Don't think about it, man.
Just
But it isn't his car. Is his car? A man is always driving another man's car hard. Like, that's being real.
I'm not gonna say no.
You may not get your next drive now. I'm just joking.
Been there.
But no, it's just. But again, I guess when you clog, I don't know. Driving goes back to. Don't even tell him to breathe in me. Yeah. Tell him to breathe in. It goes back.
In karts, I beat him.
In karts.
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy. Because karts, you should be fast in karts. I'm not fast in those go. I'm not. I don't.
I'm not good at karts. I'm 50 pounds heavier than everybody else, so
Yeah.
it's like.
I don't. I see men. I mean, I used to race easy karts and things. I could beat you. I was never good, even in circuit. This is me. I was never good at qualifying. But if somebody in front of me, I can get you catch.
Yeah.
That's me. I could chase.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I learned how to control too. I could do that too, but I could chase. But don't tell me, like my brother and I used to do that, that you'll be like, you doing this here and doing this, you should be this. In my head, I ain't hearing all that. If I got a target in front of me, I know I can get you catch, I can get you past wherever you're on your track. That was always me. Okay. And that's how we, in karts, the same way, but how you could come and rebut data and stuff like that, I was more raw. Like, I can figure out myself, but with data, I think what y'all doing is incredible.
Yeah. And spent $0.
Yeah, what y'all doing is incredible. That's good. But yeah, I don't know, man. My next passion is suspension tuning. I want people to really understand the importance, and it started with the alignments. To understand like how important suspension is.
Yeah.
Like there are tuners I can be. Get in Barbados, we got tuners, we got some engine builders, we got electricians, but we don't got the suspension tuners really.
Really?
If you think about it, like where would you if you got your car, you want to take your car somewhere to get set up, which shop would you call to do it?
You got two.
I don't know. I don't even know who to call to get the regular shit done.
Right. So, I mean, yes, there are guys that doing alignments. So like Adam Ali and Qualita, they do alignments and stuff, and then they're going to the corner balancing and dialing in suspension, and that's why like I been making an appearance at drags. My biggest transformation. I mean, I was proud of that was Bruce Evo. You read one. Yeah, and that gave me the like, I could get this done.
And fat.
Whoa. What about that car?
It was completely awful with the rebound. His car was just bouncing off completely.
It never launched properly.
Yeah, the frequency of the car, right the front to the left.
Sorry, nerd talk.
No.
It was always not great. The potential was there, and it kind of like the fact the axle broke was testament to the fact that it was bad for so long that the axles touched wear.
Yeah.
And then
Find out it's hook up.
Hook up, snap. Transmission, hook up, snap.
Yeah, now you got traction. Suspension is actually working.
Yeah.
Suspension is working, doing what it's supposed to do. And
Yeah.
from there, and I did that. I did Vivian's E30, and because Tremaine, I mean, all right.
You did the suspension on his E30?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks really good on drags.
It launches good.
Yeah, it
Nice,
looked
man.
real stable. Yeah.
Which car is this?
The blue E30.
Okay.
Yeah. And I started from when I got the alignment shot. Obviously, we got race cars and stuff, and I would do the driving Tremaine with Benny car, and I always had a feel for how I could feel like what my car doing in the back of my back and my legs. I could feel what's happening and I could feel what it needs. And I always had that feel.
Yeah.
So that I used to, let me take this serious. Mm-hmm. So that's what you want to do. That's my next thing.
You're gonna be the suspension king.
I would love to be. That's my aim. I want to be traveling Caribbean doing that, man, and then go.
I mean, if we could travel the Caribbean making videos, you
of
could travel the
course.
Caribbean.
I'm not saying that it's far fetched. I just say that I want that. I want men to be calling me and say, "Yo, Campbell," or "Yeah, Campbell, so service. We need your services this weekend." And I say, "Oh, this is my class. I come now.
Yeah.
Spend a week with you, or we can't be done in the car." That's the next goal there for me for sure. Yeah.
We wrap up this here.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, you don't want to ask about anything else, right? All right, cool. Thanks for watching.